This video was inspired by Hatman Strikes Back. Great channel. Channel that I've been watching for a long time. Now, Hatman Strikes Back a couple of days ago, maybe 2 days ago, made a video talking about the possibilities of Hughie Fury versus Anthony Joshua. And on that video, he explained why he thought Hughie Fury could actually give Anthony Joshua a lot of problems. And he was basically like trying to say, he was basically saying his thoughts on how he thought this fight could play out if Anthony Joshua would to get in the ring with Hughie Fury. And he was basically talking about, he was making sense. He was basically talking about Anthony Joshua not having the fastest foot speed, Hughie Fury's obsessive footwork, how that would probably be a major, how that would probably basically give Anthony Joshua a lot of problems because Anthony Joshua is not used to having to run after his opponents. The one thing Hatman didn't talk about was the fact that Hughie Fury has no punching power. And I think that's a main playing factor when it comes to Hughie Fury's success when it comes to world level boxing. Hughie Fury is basically the Paulie Malignaggi of the heavyweight division. He doesn't have punching power. If you go and actually look at this Joseph Parker fight, at no point did you see Joseph Parker show any respect to Hughie Fury. Hughie Fury, because he was moving so much and because Joseph Parker isn't the best at cutting off the ring, that's what was frustrating for Joseph Parker. But at no point did you see Joseph Parker, intimidated by Hughie Fury's punching power. He was just walking right towards him. He showed him no respect. The reason why I say this is going to play a major factor in the future of Hughie Fury is because in boxing, if you don't have no punching power, fighters, particularly top fighters, don't show you any respect. They don't show you any respect. You need punching power. If you're going to be a guy who fights like Hughie Fury, who runs around the ring, you need punching power to have a fighter respect you, especially in the heavyweight division. Especially in the heavyweight division. When Paulie Malignaggi faced Sean Porter showed him no respect. Paulie Malignaggi attempted to outbox Sean Porter. What did Sean Porter do? He walked right through him. Why? No punching power. When Gerard Washington faced Jarrell Big Baby Miller, Gerard Washington attempted to outbox Miller. What did Miller do? He walked right towards him, showed him no respect. Why? Because Gerard Washington wasn't a big puncher. You were talking about how you felt that because Anthony Joshua would have to chase Hughie Fury, because Hughie Fury is going to run circles if he were to face Anthony Joshua. It would maybe make it difficult for Anthony Joshua. And you felt that what Anthony Joshua should do if he were to face Hughie Fury is, instead of chase him, just stay in the middle and just try and basically make him come to you and force you to fight him. The problem with that is Hughie Fury is an obsessive runner. He's an obsessive runner. That's like saying if you face Araceli Laura, try and outbox him. That's not going to work because he's going to run. When it comes to Hughie Fury, you have to come forward against him. Because Hughie Fury has no punching power, nobody is going to show him respect. Just like Joseph Parker didn't show him respect. So if Anthony Joshua were to fight Hughie Fury, I could almost guarantee you he's going to be coming forward, right? Because he's not going to worry about Hughie Fury's punching power. He's not going to worry about what's coming back because he knows Hughie Fury is not a puncher. Hughie Fury, I've always gotten the impression that he doesn't have the best chin, because Hughie Fury, if you look at him physically, he doesn't look like he's very strong physically. I don't think Hughie Fury is a strong guy in the pocket. I think like, and what I mean by that is, I think like when you get on the inside against Hughie Fury, I don't think he doesn't come across as a necessarily strong guy, you know? Like he looks like he's a very flimsy type of guy. I don't think he has that type of like man strength, if you get what I'm saying. Like I don't think he has like the man strength to like fight somebody on the outside. If you notice, whenever Hughie Fury is in a position where somebody gets on the inside against him, what does he do? He hugs them. Every time Joseph Parker got on the inside against him, he hugged Joseph Parker, because he doesn't fight. It seems like he doesn't know how to fight on the inside. You know, like some heavyweights, if you go on the inside against them, they fight back. I don't think Hughie Fury is that type of guy. I think his cousin Tyson Fury is more better at fighting off the inside, because I've seen Tyson Fury fight back. I don't think Hughie Fury does that. That's why I've always felt like if someone like Jarrell Big Baby Miller were to face Hughie Fury, I think Jarrell Big Baby Miller would be a nightmare for Hughie Fury, because if he got on the inside against Hughie Fury wouldn't be able to compete with him on the inside, because Jarrell Miller is a better inside fighter than Hughie Fury. Hughie Fury would just resort to hugging. I think Anthony Joshua would really only have to land on Hughie Fury. And the minute he landed on Hughie Fury. For example, someone like Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was shorter than Hughie Fury. So when he was going after him, if you look at him, he was trying to throw left hooks. He had to jump, leap forward. Against someone like Anthony Joshua, he'll be looking eye to eye to Hughie Fury. So all he would really have to do is march forward and throw straight right hands down the pipe and catch Hughie Fury. And if he were to land, I'm pretty sure Hughie Fury will find himself in trouble. And the thing is, if he were to land a clean punch on Hughie Fury, and Hughie Fury, let's say, will get wobbled by it, Hughie Fury, then like say that would like motivate Anthony Joshua to keep coming forward and let his hands go, because now he knows he could hurt Hughie Fury. And because Hughie Fury doesn't have punching power, it would be very difficult for him to keep someone off like Anthony Joshua. I've said this several times before. I feel like Anthony Joshua will walk right through Hughie Fury, no problem. Not only him, I feel many top heavyweights will just walk right through Hughie Fury, because he doesn't have the punching power to have a heavyweight respect him. Michael Spinks, when he fought Mike Tyson, Michael Spinks attempted to outbox Mike Tyson. Michael Spinks was known as a boxer. He was known as a guy who moved around the ring, right? If you look at that very first round against Mike Tyson, when Michael Spinks fought Larry Holmes to win the championships, what did Michael Spinks do? He ran around the ring, right? He attempted to do the exact same thing against Mike Tyson. But what did Mike Tyson do? Mind you, Michael Spinks wasn't the biggest puncher. Michael Spinks was a guy who was a former light heavyweight who moved up to heavyweight. Mike Tyson showed him no respect. He came marching forward against Michael Spinks. He hit him with that body shot. Michael Spinks went down. Then he came back up and famously knocked him out in 90 seconds. How do you stop a runner like Hughie Fury? You go to the body and you cut the ring off on him. You get to his face. You push him back. I'm almost 100% convinced that Anthony Joshua is a much physical, stronger man than Hughie Fury up close. So imagine if Anthony Joshua came, and he's also a much bigger puncher. Imagine if Anthony Joshua pinned Hughie Fury in the ropes, went on the inside, pushed him back, and started letting his hands go. I'm telling you, man, it won't be good for Hughie Fury. Again, I like Hughie Fury as a fighter. I like Hughie Fury as a person. I do not like Hughie Fury as a fighter. I think he's boring as hell. I think he's lame. I think he's boring. I basically think he's boring. And my biggest criticism of Hughie Fury is he's not offensive enough. Hughie Fury is the type of guy that he doesn't care about entertaining the crowd. He just cares about trying to win via points decision, and that's why he's so boring to watch. And you can't win fights just running around the ring like that. You can't. That doesn't work. Especially if you're a challenger and you're trying to win a belt. Another thing we have to keep in mind is Anthony Joshua is the cash cow of boxing. So if by some miracle this fight were to go the distance, they're not going to give it to Hughie Fury. If they didn't give it to Joseph Parker, who wasn't even, I mean, if they gave the victory to Joseph Parker, who's not even from the UK, he's from New Zealand, what makes you think they'll give it to Hughie Fury if the fight goes the distance, when Anthony Joshua is the cash cow of the heavyweight division? But again, this fight, if they were to fight, that fight's not going to go the distance. Anthony Joshua would KO Hughie Fury. I'm almost 1,000% certain that he will KO Hughie Fury. Hughie Fury's downfall is ultimately going to be his punching power. I'm telling you, he's going to get walked down and he's going to get stopped. That's his big issue. And yeah, this is just, I guess, like a little response video and how I felt about this whole Hughie Fury can maybe outbox Anthony Joshua. I don't see that. I don't see that because his punching power. I'm telling you, that's gonna play a major factor in the future of Hughie Fury. Is his punching power. And that's all I have to say. McGregor, I'm out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my new channel too. I really appreciate that. That's all I have to say, guys. McGregor, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Bye.